crime scene has been destroyed. But nevertheless, had they separated them and and again, this is the Boulder cops laying down, had they immediately separated John, Patsy, and Burke, and then you tell me your story, and then you switch. And I'll tell you, they couldn't have told the same straight story that morning. By the time they can get to that night, as you know, by the time they get to the night of the 26th, when by that time they say, or by the 27th, they say, we're not talking to you anymore. But it was Vedich, Rick French were there. They were the Boulder officers. They responded to 911 that morning at like 5:52 in the morning. And they didn't see any forcible entry. There wasn't one.
Right. Well, but the thing of it is, if Durgan hadn't called Colby and said, have your officers handle these people with kid gloves because they're friends of mine.
Yeah, that could be. I'm not arguing with you that didn't happen. But what I'm saying to you is by the 28th, the Boulder police were informed by the Ramsey lawyers. By the night of the 27th, in fact, they're at the Fernie's house in South Boulder, and Linda Arndt approaches John on the night of the 27th, and this guy, Mike Bynum, we used to call him Mike Byam, he steps in and says, shuts off the conversation and says, and tells Arndt legal had been retained. And the next day, of course, it's announced it's one of Denver's premier criminal attorneys, and it's Hal Haddon. And my personal belief is Mike Bynum called Hal Haddon, and at that point, Hal Haddon, and if he's listening, Hal, you helped him walk too, pal. So,
Peter, I guess my final question to you is, how could John Ramsey and Patsy live with themselves, knowing what they did, unless they are either sociopaths or psychopaths? How could you live with themselves?
This is my belief that they made a decision that night that they had another boy, and of course John had kids from his other marriage, and Patsy, everything Patsy was about was, like Remark, the Grand Illusion, and they made a decision that they were going to do it for the boy, and they were going to do it for their careers, and that so be it, they would live with it, and they would not be the first couple to have made that decision.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you. All right, Sheik, pick one. Any of our tunes? How about Hang Down Your Head? That Tom Colby. Tom Colby was the chief of police in Boulder. What a consummate, arrogant bastard. And what a ridiculous example of a chief of police. So, Tom, wherever you are, brother, man, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, because you walked them too. We'll end it on this one. Sheiky, play this one.
Throughout history, there have been many songs written about the Eternal Triangle. This isn't one of them. This is the story of a murder, a millionaire, and a police chief named Tom Colby. Hang down your head, Tom Colby. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Colby. You know who, but you'll never know why. Day after Christmas morning, a little girl found dead. I should have seen it sooner. I was in way over my head. Hang down your head, Tom Colby. Hang down your head and weep. Hang down your head, Tom Colby. The DA thinks you're a creep. Dispatched a young lieutenant, still wet behind her ears. Bungled the first few hours, bonded with the suspect in tears.
Bow, bow.
Hang down your head, Tom Colby. Hang down your head and sob. Hang down your head, Tom Colby. Better find another job. Turn down the help from experts. All you need is common sense. Then they voted on me. My people have no confidence.
Bow, bow, bow.
Turn in your badge, Tom Colby. Turn in your badge today. Turn in your badge, Tom Colby. You probably let him get away. You probably let him get away. You probably let him get away.
Boy, there were some bad guys in that story. That was Tom Colby, who was the chief of police in Boulder, who I guess now someone told me runs some kind of a weird fund. You know, it was a sad story, and it was, I remember Jesse Jackson, who once made a statement when he said, in justice, he said, it really means just us. And I think that one held true, that who had money had power, and if you had power, you had money. And the Ramseys had it all. But did they get away with it? I was talking to some friends off air, and I said, I remember one time after it was over, and I don't know which one of those shows, Geraldo, or we did so many of those shows during that time period, and someone said, what is it you want to know about this story? And I think I have it down. And I said, I want to know what Patsy Ramsey's dreams are, because they must have been awful.